So what is our motto? To see triggers. Triggers. Okay. What is our concept is today? Triggers. Triggers. Very, very important concept and very, very interesting concept. We have already employees table, I think. Yeah, no, it is not there. Okay. So we know how to create a table, employee name, all the data with the primary key of ID. Right, super. So again, we are going to have one more table called employee audit. Means whenever you change anything, like you can change your last name, you can change your mobile number, you can change your location, right? If you are in a PG or if you are in a rented house, every time, every 2 or 3 years, you will be changing. You need to update the address in the office. Correct. You will be logging in every time into a platform. So when you logged in, all tracking I need. Correct. So how will I do tracking? Is the point. So in order to do that, I need to have audit table. What is that? Audit table. The audit. Audit means what? That's what. In audit table, what we will maintain. That's the point, actually. In audit table, what we'll maintain? We'll maintain who is the employee ID, what he changed, when he changed. Here we are changing only last name. Let us consider. We are changing only last name. We're not changing anything. We are capturing. Whenever the last name has been changed, we are capturing. Clear? We can capture like that. A common way we can build a design and we can capture whatever we want. Okay, that's not a big deal, but we'll see. Yes, audit table is also ready. So now 2 tables are ready for us. So you can keep this again in your slide so that you can use it later on. Just you can go and copy paste and run. That's it. So once the tables are created, what is our motto now? Next, our motto is to create a trigger. What is that? Create a trigger. So we know how to write a functions, right? We know how to write a function, right? Before creating that, we will write a trigger. We'll create a trigger. Okay, we'll create a trigger. What is this? The syntax you see: create trigger, trigger name. Trigger name can be anything, any name you can give. Last name changes I give, like whatever. Whenever you change last name, okay. Whenever you change last name, before update means before you update, I'll take the data and I'll insert somewhere. I'll capture the data. Before you trigger an update, what I'll do? I'll capture the data. And for each row, execute a procedure. Which procedure? This particular log last name changes. What is that? Log last name. So without creating a procedure, can we create a trigger? That's what we'll see. Yes, function does not. So we should create a function first. Correct? Without creating a. So now we should create a function. So what is the function we are going to create? Yes. Create, replace function. We know function how to write. Function name. See, this point you need to understand. Previously, we were returning one column, integer, name, or table data. In functions, we return. Apart from that, we can return a trigger, means which do some action. What is action? What is action we saw already? What is action we saw? Before update on employees table, we need to, what we need to do? We need to insert employee audits. Where, what is the employee ID? What is the last name? And when it is changed. See now, what is new last name and new old name is, we will understand. Sir, how did you understand whether the operation is update, whether the operation is delete, whether the operation is insert. How will you understand, sir? Okay, that we will see. Because we have written only an update, it will work only an update. Okay, it will work only an update. So first thing, you can see here what we are doing. We are doing a trigger, okay, function. What we need to do, whenever you try to change the employee table, I'll capture what was your ID, what was your last name last time, and what did you change. Okay, so now function created. So now can we create a trigger? Can we create a trigger? Yes, we created a trigger. So without creating a function, what it does, you can't create. So in function, you need to mention, again I'm saying, return trigger. Then only you can create trigger. If you return table, column, you can't create trigger. Right? Okay. So now let us see. Let us first insert the data. What is our table? Employees. Huh? There is no data. What we'll do? Insert into employees, first name, last name. That's it. Huh? Hmm. So we are trying to insert the names, right? Hmm. Okay. We have inserted 5 rows of data. So what is our motto? Whenever you update last name, we should capture the what was the previous last name. Previous last name. I came to know Sachin Tendulkar name is not Sachin Tendulkar only. His full name is Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Okay, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Update employees. Set last name is equal to Ramesh Tendulkar. Where we'll see first the data. Select star from employees. Yes, where ID is equal to 1. So what will happen now? Whenever you run an update, you see in the messages, it will be very fast. Okay, see in the, so this happened. So now what we have done, we have written a trigger, right? We have written a trigger. So whether do we have data the employee audit? Okay. What happened? What happened? Who changed? Who changed the data? One has changed. We didn't insert here, right? We didn't insert here. We inserted where? In employee. Correct. So we'll change another person name. Virat Kohli. Right? So we'll not say Kohli, we'll say King Kohli. For row 2. See, clearly you see I am not inserting anywhere in audits. I am only doing an update to employees. Automatically in employee audits, the data will come and fill. How we are doing that? Using a trigger. So whether can we go and see in employee audits? Yes. Now again, this fellow came and told, no. Give me change to Virat King. No Kohli. No Kohli. So what happened now? Previously it was Kohli, next it was King Kohli. Hey, he said, no boss, my name is Virat Kohli only. Who told? Not King and I am common man. Again it came. Means whatever you change, that particular, whatever you do an action, we will capture and keep it in a history table. Clear? So again, some people will say, hey, I booked a ticket. Sir, we'll have an history table. You didn't do any action. You can catch some persons who like, or you can catch customer, hey, open your audit. You didn't have audit. You are maintaining an app. You should scold. I did so many actions here. It's not working. So is this useful? Huh? Again, once again, we'll repair. We'll create one more trigger. So now we have created a trigger on employees table, right? What did we do? An update we did. Correct? An update we did. What is that? This table. So now if you open this table and see, here in triggers, your trigger will be there. You can disable the trigger also. You can disable the trigger. You not delete, disable. What do you mean by disable? We can enable again. Enable again. I'll go and I'll type, not here, this one. I can enable trigger again. So now if I do this one, Kohli to Kohli, will it come? Will it come? No. Why? You disabled, right? You disabled. Why it will come? It will not come. So we'll enable it. So in this way we can. So now we'll disable it and we'll create a new trigger. What is the trigger we are going to create? We want to write a trigger. Okay, we want to write a new trigger. So I will take this to this two. Clear? So what is happening here? We are doing last name changes only. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to, whenever you insert the data, okay, I want to capture, I want to capture in another table also. Let us consider. Okay. Clear? So now I want to do, whenever you do insert and update both. Now you are doing what? Update only. Whenever I am doing update only, I am inserting the data. But what I need to do? Both cases now. Whenever you insert, whenever you update, means whatever you do the action, click, enter, go, see, everything I want to insert. Okay, I want to keep like this. So if this is the case, okay, so now how we will capture is the first point we need to see. So we need to do a trigger before or after. You tell me that. Huh? Can you tell me trigger should be written before or after? No, pa. Your point was? Correct. So single trigger, we need to create a single trigger. We need to create a single trigger for both update and insert. It's not only what is saying insert, correct? So how we will create is the point. 1 second. So we should write after or before is the first question we need to answer. That is the after only we should write. Before how we will do? Before you can't do. Like before, what is that? It's an insert or update. How you need to determine is also first point you need to understand. Insert or update. How is that? Is in Postgres we have a field called TG operation. What is that? TG operation. What is TG operation? We'll see first of all. Okay. TG operation means trigger operation. Whether the trigger operation is insert, whether the trigger operation is update. So now, in both cases, what do you need to do? We need to trigger it. We need to trigger it. So in this way, we can create all kind of triggers, right? So both, whenever you have insert and whenever you have update, both we can do. So first of all, we'll see after. We didn't see after, no. First of all, we'll see after insert. What is that? After insert. For each row, okay. Log changes. That's it. Log changes. Log insert. I want every other operation. Or I'll say log changes only. Okay, log changes. See, now my point is you need to understand it is working after insert only. My point is at a time, what we will do, we will insert the data upon the delete also. You deleted there. Let us consider you deleted there. Hey, someone deleted then my data. Hey, yeah. Who deleted also I can capture. After delete also. So now it's like for every operation you need to capture. You got my point. We can write 3 triggers. How many? First we wrote for update. Again we can write for insert. Again we can write for delete. After delete. After delete you capture, or before delete you capture, and after delete cannot be there. Before delete can be there. Before update can be there. Yeah, before delete we have inserted. So we can write 3 triggers. I don't want 3 triggers now. Correct. So how many I want? So like we'll see first. First we'll see after insert. Okay. After insert. So what is that? See here, you need to understand in trigger. What is a new? New is a keyword which will be there in the memory. What is a new name you sent? What is the old name it sent? It will have in memory. That's where the DB is. I told you, right? Whenever you update, it will not update the same row. It will not update the same row. It will update the. It will keep the row, old row, and it will have another row. But it look as update to you. Correct. So that's where the new and old are comparison is possible. You need to understand here new and old how it is getting. Correct. So now what we'll do, we'll see one and then we'll go for another one. First insert we'll see. What is the name? Log insert changes we'll say. Log insert changes. So this is also log insert changes. Right? Again, for log insert changes, I need to do return a trigger SQL where I want to insert into this one. So I don't want to do any condition. Any condition. Insert only, no. That's it. Just if without if condition itself, we will do. Without a if condition itself, we will do. So first we need to create a function. That's why we didn't create a trigger. So shall we create a function? Yes, we created a function. What is the function name? Log insert changes. So we are going to create after insert on employees table for each row. We are executing a log inserts. Where the log inserts and will go and insert. So what is our table? Insert into employees. What is that? First name and last name, right? We have less columns, but you try with more columns so that it will be helpful to you and understandable to you. Value. Okay, value. What is the value? Okay. You are inserting the data into employee ID relation. What is that? Oh, ID. Employee ID of. Okay. I'll say last name on this one. ID I don't want. Okay. ID I don't want in my trigger. And last name ID can be automatic. I can say we have created ID automatic or not. We'll see. So we changed our log insert. See, if the trigger has written wrong, your main insert will fail. So you should write a trigger properly. Huh? Your main insert has failed now. Violates a not null constraint employee ID of employee audits. Okay. Old नहीं है, अभी new है ना? All new only, no old, right? No old. So employee ID. Because this is insert after insert, so there will be no old, right? See the mistakes what we are doing that you need to understand. Huh? Now insert. Why? Before insert old value will not be there. Correct. But update will have a old value. That's the reason it fails. Okay. Whenever you say old that particular ID, if old value is there in the memory, it will give you. Here in this case, you are inserting. This is no old value concept itself. You are trying to put a old value because we copied the procedure from update. This is what mistake you will do. Clear? So now, whenever I do an insert, whenever I do an insert, it is going and happening or not, we'll see. It inserted. So now, what should happen? What should have happened? What should have happened according to our trigger? Inserted in where? Another table. Table. Where? Employee. Employee audit. Audits. Whether we have inserted or not, we'll see. Got inserted. Yes. His last name got inserted. Sami. Okay. 8 and 9. So we'll change and we'll see. So we'll insert. Now buy should come, right? Okay. So whenever you do a insert, whenever you do a update, triggers. So now we have disabled triggers. So what we'll say, we'll refresh. Now what happened? Two triggers. We'll say enable trigger. Okay. So now what you do? You're not doing insert. You are doing a update. Update employees. Employees what? Set last name is equal to Mira Madan. Okay. Some name. Okay. Where ID is equal to. Now what happened? The old value is by. The new value is Madan. Means two inserts should happen into employee audit. Correct. Now you have two triggers. One for update, one for insert. Huh? Okay. Are you getting what is the use of trigger now? So now what happened? See here. Insert is not happened, no? You have not inserted and updated. You have inserted only, updated only. So in that update trigger only work. You have when you insert trigger will work. Clear? Clear? What you did when you do update trigger is there. When you do insert trigger. You do certain action, trigger is happening. You do certain action, trigger is happening. You trigger it outside answer team. You fire a query. You fire one query, another query fired parallelly. This is called parallel business. Okay, that's the use of trigger. That's the power of trigger. Tomorrow, what you do? You will write one more. This one. Trigger. What is the trigger? Trigger for delete. You'll delete, permanently delete. What you need to do? Permanently delete means before delete. Correct? Before delete, you need to capture. What is that? Log delete changes. Correct? Log delete changes. Log delete changes. Log delete changes. What we need to do? We need to insert into. I'll insert first name only. Or last name, no problem. Last name only. What? Nothing. Nothing will affect. What affect? Last name only. Last name only we have. That's it. We can append the new name also. Okay. So now as we like whenever we delete the data, automatically the trigger will fire. Now the trigger became how many? So trigger you didn't execute. So that is another point. Now it is executed. Now it came. Three things. So whenever you do update, delete, insert, what will happen? You will have a trigger. Sir, can I write and select? You can write, it will die. Whenever you do select, who is doing select? It will insert. You should not do on select. Okay? You should not do on select. Because this is a performance issue. Okay, now what we need to do? Delete. What is the delete syntax? I need to delete only one row. Delete employees where delete from employees, right? Delete from employee where ID is equal to 10. Right? So now in this case, it should not be new, it should be old. You got the mistakes what we are doing. So normally this is the mistakes you people will do. This is a mistake few people will do. Why it should be old? We are deleting the existing. That's why old. If you are inserting new, it should be new. Athmenda. We'll see. Select R from employees. Okay, we'll delete one. Okay. Shall we see in employee audit? Employee audits. 758. See, 10 went. Madan, we updated Madan and we deleted Ramesh Tendulkar. When 758, almost near to 758. See, that fellow will come. Yeah, I didn't delete my this one. You only deleted at this time. Go and check. Because we kept triggers. Okay. So tomorrow they will ask this kind of questions. So how to do a parallel operation? When I want to insert there, I want to insert here also. How I will do? This is the point. This is pure SQL, pure PL/SQL, programming SQL. Whatever you write, SQL is simple queries. This is programming part. Clear? Any doubt? So this is about triggers. So now, as I told you, we can disable the triggers, disable all triggers. Okay. Enable all triggers. Clear? And once again, whenever you have trigger, you can't delete the procedure for function because it is dependent on trigger. So first you need to drop a trigger and then you need to drop the function. Clear? Is it clear? That's it. And for all triggers, there will be no input to the procedure because it will take from memory. It will take from memory. Clear? So we are going to drop a trigger. Drop trigger is nothing but drop trigger name on which table. On which table. So now without specifying a table, if you try to delete, will it delete? No. With specifying a table, will it delete? Yes. So now the trigger has been dropped and it became 2. Right? Clear? We'll meet again tomorrow, no problem, and we'll complete the rest of the part.